Welcome, salon bosses. I'm Margie Gleason, and I'm going to just cover one of the questions that I get asked all the time that salon owners get really confused about, and that's identifying who your ideal client is. Everybody hears you need to know who your ideal client is to be able to market successfully to attract the people that you want to come into your salons. So I'm going to just quickly break it down for you. And if you've got any questions as we go along, make sure that you put them into the chat and I'll answer them for you. So if you don't know me already, I'm located in Perth, Western Australia. I've got a salon here, and I opened my salon 6 years ago, being brand new to the beauty industry. And I was able to grow. I worked from a bathroom at home, and then within 11 months, I'd opened my commercial salon. And then within 4 years, I had a team of 9, and we were hitting high six figures at that time. And one of the reasons that I was able to successfully do that was because I really quickly understood who my ideal client was. And it was difficult at the beginning because it's like, we do brows and lashes and skin. And I'm like, well, if you've got eyes and brows and a face and, then you're a client that can come in. However, if you are trying to speak to everyone when you are putting out your messages on socials or doing your email marketing, what you're doing is you're speaking to no one. So by understanding who my ideal client is, I was really, really quickly being able to work out how to stand out from my competitors, because what I was doing was I started to learn every single thing that I needed to know about who my ideal client was or is, and then that allowed me to speak directly to her. I'm saying her because all my we target females. We do have some males, but ultimately my ideal client is a female. And so I could speak directly to her, and then she got to know, like, and trust me. Now, the good news is you can have more than one ideal client. Okay, so if you're panicking when you're trying to work out, oh my gosh, how am I going to focus on one person? You don't have to focus on one ideal client. You can focus on a number of them. So now I narrow it down to 3 ideal clients, and every single time that I post with strategy. I email with strategy, no matter whatever communication it is, everything is strategic. I know exactly who I'm speaking to and the reason why my ideal client should actually pay attention to me, what she's going to get out of it. And then I've got a call to action on, I would say, 99% of my posts. And that 1% when I don't have a call to action, that's strategic as well. So I'm effortlessly communicating with my ideal client. So I'm just going to explain to you the steps that you can go through to understand who your ideal client is. And the best way to do it, if you've already got a salon, think of the one client, your best client. You might have 3, just pick one for now. Who's your best client that you would love to have your salon full of? A whole lot of people just like her or him. And if you're new, a really good way of working it out is base it on you, because quite often you will attract your ideal clients who are a lot like you. Okay, so have a think about that and just identify one. And what I like to do is give her a name. So think of that, who that one ideal client is. And if you're thinking of yourself, you can even just call it under your name. So for me, it would be Margie. So it's really important to identify and understand who your ideal client is. And there are many, many advantages for your salon because you can tailor your services to your specific target audience once you know who your ideal client is. So you're not just continuously trying to bring in more and more treatments, because you're tailoring your services to what your ideal client wants. And that makes it simple. And I'm all in for running your salon, running your business as simply as you can. And the beauty of doing that is that when it is simple, that's actually when you start to be able to master your treatments, master your processes. You can train team very, very easily, and your profits actually go up. Your life becomes easier. You get more time to yourself. Okay, so it's crucial when you have a salon that you focus on business growth. You want to grow in your business, whether you're solo, whether you're a team, whether you're growing a team. That it's absolutely important that you're always focusing on your business growth, and you're not just focusing on, I'm a beauty specialist, or I'm a brow specialist, or I'm a hairdresser, or I do injectables, or PMU, whatever it is, and I want to just focus on my clients. Okay, you still need to do that because client retention is really, really important. If you don't have client retention, you've got a leaking bucket of clients that are coming in and going out, then you're continuously needing new clients. So if you know what your clients like and you narrow your client journey, you're not only ensuring that she's getting the best experience with you every single time that she comes in, you also put the effort into knowing your ideal client better than she knows herself, so that you can communicate with her, and then she'll come in more consistently, and so will her friend or someone like her. And don't forget, it's always important that you're looking at people that are in your geographical area. And what I mean by that is people that will come to you. So there's no point in marketing or posting on social media, getting really excited if you have a viral video, a reel that goes to most of your followers being in America. If you're located in Sydney, how are they going to come in for your treatments? You want to make sure that you're continuously focusing on the area where people will travel to you to come into your salon. And again, that's one of the things that I find that a lot of salon owners actually miss. So do you know actually how to do that? Go into your insights, have a look on Instagram and Facebook, and if particularly it's very easy in insights in Instagram, you can actually go down and it will show you the areas where your audience is located, where your most views are located as well. And if you find that you're in Sydney or in Melbourne, and maybe the people that are following you are in Darwin, or they're in the UK, or they're in America, then you need to change your strategy so that you've got people in your area coming in to see you. Okay, this is when looking at your metrics, trying to go viral doesn't actually lead to more sales in your salon. It's more of an ego metrics. I have other training about that I'll share. I'll share with you. It's also in this channel. So when you start to tailor your services specifically for your ideal client, because you know what she wants, then she's more loyal to you. And again, as I said, you get higher revenue, right? So I've still got clients who started with me when I was in my bathroom. I don't treat them myself because I actually don't work on the floor at all myself, but they're loyal to my brand, they're loyal to my team, and they love coming into the salon because they're happy with my team and they're all really, really happy with the treatments that they receive. So it's the experience and the quality of the treatments that they receive. Okay, so just to give you an example, in my salon, you can have upmarket, you can have eco-friendly, you can have alternative. There's all different types of branding. But my salon, we're really friendly. We're really down to earth. Okay, so again, I initially based my ideal client on me. So what happened was I attracted women who were in their late 40s and 50s. I spoke their language. So I talked about kids. Now, some of them had smaller kids, some of them had adult kids. I talked about grey in their brow hairs. I talked about their eyes disappearing because they'd lost that definition in their face. And I demonstrated to them how I could make their faces more defined with my brow and lash treatments. And also save them time in the morning, because a lot of women in their 40s and 50s, they've got no idea how to fill in their brows and lashes. And so I shared with them how I could save them time in the morning. They didn't have to take all that time getting ready for work or getting the kids, and they had more time to get the kids sorted because they could basically jump out of bed and they were looking good and feeling great As soon as I got out of bed, and that lasted 24/7, I didn't have to worry about panda eyes during the day because they were putting makeup on their, on their face, and that was giving them panda eyes. Okay, so then what I did was I put together packages that suited my ideal client and appealed to my ideal client. So I would package up my lash lifts and brow combo was a really, really appealing combination of treatments for my client. And I still to this day offer that combination of packages to my clients. I use mum humour. I use husband humour. I also showed my face. Now I know a lot of you, when I say show your face, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do that. And you can do faceless reels. However, what I want you to think about is that when you're promoting your salon in the beauty industry, okay, in the hair industry, people are sharing with you their fears, their things that they don't share with other people. So they want to be able to connect with not just your brand, not just the look of your salon, they want to connect with you. And so if you are prepared to step over the hump of sharing yourself on your socials, and I don't mean sharing your deepest, darkest secrets, but sharing why you're the expert, why you love what you're doing, how you help the people that you do, your audience will connect with you. I did lives. I thought I was going to have a heart attack, actually, every first few lives that I did. Thought I was going to have a heart attack, but my audience got to know me. And it resulted in a lot more people booking into my salon. Okay, now what I'd like you to do to work out who your ideal client is base it not on your competitors. I don't want you to be watching what your competitors are doing, because you don't even know if they're successful or not. They might look successful on the outside, but who knows if they're making a profit or not. So, as I said, picture your favorite client, okay? Base your avatar or ideal client on this one client. So, what are her characteristics? This is really simple. And if you're stuck, do it on yourself. What are your characteristics? What questions do your ideal client, does that ideal client ask you? What feedback does she give you? And what does she love about what you do? And what does she not like? So if you've got your ideal clients already, ask her those questions. If she's your favorite client, she's not going to have a problem with answering those questions for you the next time that she comes in, or you could just ring her or shoot her an email saying, could you please help me with some market research? So what are her preferences? Is she more luxe? Is she humorous, friendly, down to earth? Does she enjoy having a joke with you? Or maybe she's more reserved and conservative. She might like quiet time when she comes into the salon. So pampering might be something that is really, really important to her. If that's the case, you tailor your services to really focus on the pampering, and then you share that in your marketing, in your organic posting. So how old is she? Is she a female or a male, or non-gender? Where is she located? Make sure you know the location of your ideal client. That is really, really important. The other thing too is there a theme with the occupation of your ideal clients? Do you have a lot of nurses? Do you have a lot of teachers? Do you have a lot of part-time professional clients? Are they stay-home mums because they've got little ones? It's really important to know that so that you can share those stories in your socials. The other thing is her interests and hobbies. So if you know what her interests and hobbies are, what she's passionate about, then you can talk about that as well. So for example, if you want to really promote your lash lifts, and you know that your ideal client is a mum and she's got kids at primary school and she's going to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, you can talk about how lash lifts are going to last for 8 to 10 weeks, that she can work out, she doesn't have to worry about sweating, she doesn't have to worry about anything, her lashes are going to look good all the time. And you can talk about that as well as talking about what her interests are and what she's passionate about. Where does she spend her time? Where does she hang out? What does she look at on social media? Once you know that, then it's quite easy for you to post in those groups or areas. So, for example, with me, a lot of my ideal clients have a very strong presence in my suburb with women's community groups, just the general community group. There's about 3 or 4 different groups. And so I post a lot in there so that they know that I'm there, that we're here. I've talked about her lifestyle, okay? So it's important that you know that, but along with the lifestyle, what values are important to her? You know, does she like to have a drink? Does she like to have fun? You can make some funny memes about that if you have a brand that shows a little bit of humour. If the way that she looks and she's very professional and she's not so humorous, you talk about things like that. What are her challenges? What challenges does she face in her daily life? Is it running around after everybody all the time and putting herself last and not making time for herself? So call that out. Let her know. She can come in with you for a 1-hour treatment and leave not only looking great, but feeling fantastic on the inside because you put a lot of care and effort into making sure that you're looking after her as a whole. Once she knows that, and you keep reminding her, she's going to come in and see you. So the other thing too is, how does your treatment, how does your service help her overcome those challenges? Now, we can go in a lot more deeper than this, but just to start off with, this is a really good starting point for you to understand how you can form who your ideal client is. Really, really important. And what that does is it allows you to use her language, her challenges, her fears, her concerns, her personality, her humour, her entertainment. You can tailor your marketing, tailor the way that you word your posts so that she will take notice of you and know that you're there. The other thing that's really important is, what are her goals? What does she want? What does she desire? And often she's not even aware that she actually desires some of these things. So she might be subconsciously thinking, oh my gosh, look at those crow's feet in my, here. Or I'm feeling a little bit old and not so flash like I used to. You can very subtly address those concerns and she will start to subconsciously take notice of you because you are speaking to her subconscious. And you share how your not just your treatments, but your products as well can help with that. So your communication, your ability to authentically connect with her, you must always show up as yourself. Don't copy someone else's post. Don't copy even templates that I give, which I give a lot of. Always make sure that you go back and use your authentic words. Read out any posts that you create and make sure that it actually sounds like you. Because if it doesn't sound like you, you're not going to get good engagement. You're not going to attract your ideal client. When you start showing up as yourself and using your own language, that makes a big difference. Okay? So that's all I wanted to share with you. It's just making sure that you understand who your ideal client is. Ask your questions below if you're not sure, just to get the clarity. And the thing is, even if you're not sure, just write down the answers to what I just mentioned. I'm going to pop a little workbook below just to guide you as well. Pop that down. You will start to get more and more clarity once you stay connected to what I've just shared with you. So let me know your questions. I can't wait to hear that you've had some light bulb moments. Make sure you share that with me as well. And I'll see you in one of my next videos.